I think there are two amazing factors about the concept of living in a simulated universe that if everybody on the planet really embrace these 2 points, your life can completely change. And the first one is, if we really are living in a simulated universe, in a simulated world, and what we see here is not truly real and the people within it, then we can really afford to take much bigger risks without worrying about the consequences. Now, I'm not saying that you should take all of your money, sell all your possessions, and then put it all on red or black at the casino, right? I'm not talking about being foolish, but I'm talking about things that maybe you've always wanted to do. Maybe you want to change career. Maybe you want to start your own business, and you're worried about, what people may think, or what will happen if you fail. And actually, failure, if we talk about that for a second, is not really failure, it's data, it's information. Thomas Edison, inventor of the light bulb, of course, it's reported that he failed at least 10,000 times before he succeeded making a light bulb that could be used and produced and sold. And the way he looked at it was every quote-unquote failure was actually a step closer to success, because what he was doing, it was like process of elimination. He was just trying all these different things and crossing them off the list. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, let's try this method. That doesn't work. Until eventually it's inevitable that you are going to happen upon the one thing that will work. So take that you can just be a bit braver and not worry so much about the consequences. And our time on this planet, or in this simulation, in this software, however you want to call it, is only a finite amount of time anyway. So what's the worst that can happen? It's a bit embarrassing for a few years, so what? The second thing is fear and worry. So we worry about a lot of things. I think there's a statistic that says something like 95% of things that we worry about never actually happen. We're always worrying about things in the future that hasn't happened yet. How can you worry about something that may not even happen? If something happens, like you lose your job, you're going to get made redundant. As a human, we start suddenly going through all of these scenarios. We think, oh my God, I'm going to lose my house, I'm going to be on the streets and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that's never happened. Of course, it can in extreme cases. But as humans, we're pretty amazing at coming up with solutions. When your back's against the wall and you have to make something happen, it's incredible what you can do. But like I say, a lot of the time we're fearing things, like we're fearing about what people think about us, or what might happen if you do this, or what happens if you do that. Yeah, but what if this happens? Or yeah, but what if I do that? What if? If we live our lives always thinking about what might happen, you're never going to do anything. Fortune favours the brave. It's a very famous saying. And it's true. Most people that have succeeded in anything, they've taken big risks. Some of them extremely big risks, to the point where they have lost everything and they have become bankrupt. I've read quite a few different autobiographies of big entrepreneurs, and most of them, it's very common that they've gone bankrupt at some point or another. But because of their mental thinking, because of their mental toughness, they make it all back again within a matter of time, because they've always got that attitude of just trying things and putting themselves out there. There's a saying, which, although it's a bit morbid, but that humans tiptoe safely towards death. And it's true, isn't it? We're all going to die no matter what we do, so we might as well go out on a limb and try things and really just try and succeed. And don't give up. That's the most important thing. Never give up. Because if you never give up, you're either going to die trying or you're going to succeed. Please like this video if you enjoyed this, and take care of yourselves, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.